Hello, I just wanted to make this quick video discussing Skyrim, and in my opinion it's quite overwhelming satanic overtones. Let me just reiterate to you the first lie of the Bible, because I know there's gamers on my channel who wouldn't necessarily have read the Bible. The first lie of the Bible, which brought all of the evil into the world, is when the snake, which is Satan, lures Eve to eat of the forbidden fruit of the tree of knowledge. Eve is enticed to eat of the fruit because she is told that she will be as God when she does. To quote the snake, "For God doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then your eyes shall be opened, and ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil." Now, in Skyrim, the hero is known as one of the, quote, Dragonborn, which can be understood to mean the children or the child of the serpent, the snake, the dragon. The Bible is consistent with its use of the word dragon to refer to Satan. For instance, Revelation 12:9, which says, "And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, who deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him." End quote. Skyrim, it makes the idea of being dragonborn, or children of the dragon or of the serpent, it makes it very appealing because the dragonborn are the superhumans. They're the ones that are capable of learning all of these special magical abilities, which are known as shouts inside the game. And these abilities make the player, make the Dragonborn, superior to everybody else, aka like gods. Now, even if you've never read the Bible, it's quite undeniable, even just in these couple of quotes, that the ideas being sold in Skyrim are tantamount to the story of the serpent in Genesis, and his deception that we can be as gods if we just eat of the fruit that brought all evil into the world. If we take a look at the Skyrim box art, we can see that there are some more significant satanic references. First, the dragon is clearly just a snake, and its wings are purely aesthetic. They're not even connected to the body of the snake. Most interesting, though, to me, is the way that the tail is formed. Let me tell you, no artist in the world would naturally depict a snake with a tail like this. I'm an artist, and I can tell you all artists study anatomy, and the skeletal structure of a snake is such that it doesn't allow for abrupt corners. There's a spinal column surrounded by ribs which can't form sharp corners because the ribs would impact against each other and disallow it. So clearly this tail is a symbolic reference. What is the reference? Well, it's a reference to Satan. The reason why it's a reference to Satan is because, to quote the Bible, Luke 10:18 says, "I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven." For this reason, Satanists have been using the symbol of the lightning bolt for years. You can see Lady Gaga using it, Marilyn Manson uses it on his box art and his CDs. It's used just generally all over the place in Satanism. Even its use by the SS may suggest where the real power lay that was behind Nazi Germany. The symbolism continues in the Skyrim DLC. The cover of Dawnguard depicts a man with these really bright luminescent orange eyes. In Satanism, this is used to reference, quote, seeing through the eyes of Lucifer. And in Dragonborn, we see this beast-like creature. And he's got obvious supernatural powers if you look at his hands. He's clad in gold like a king, and he has 10 horns. And he also has these tendrils which droop from his face. They remind me of an octopus. Perhaps we are meant to infer from that he comes from the sea. Revelations 13:1 says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy." Now, admittedly, this isn't exactly what is portrayed in the cover, but if the cover actually depicted a beast coming from the sea with 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and on his heads names of blasphemy, don't you think it would be a little bit too obvious? I think they've made the symbolism as obvious as they can, considering the context of the rest of the game. The last interesting thing about this guy, his name is Mirak, by the way, is that he was, quote, purportedly the first individual to be gifted with the dragon blood. And we know that from the dragon blood comes the dragon powers. Revelations 13:4 says, quote, and they worshipped the dragon, which gave power to the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, "Who is like unto the beast, who is able to make war with him?" I just thought you might find that interesting. So in summary, if you're a parent or a child who plays this game, or you're a gamer yourself, be aware what is being taught to you or your child. You may find that your mind is being led down certain paths, with the ultimate goal of feeding you the very same lie that Satan told in the Garden of Eden, quote, "Eat of this fruit and ye shall be as gods." I always find the best way to ascertain a motive behind any piece of media is to ask yourself what it has taught you. What notions have been brought into the forefront of your mind which weren't there before? Because all of the bells and the whistles, they're just a distraction. It's what you have been taught which is the real motive behind any media. So if you find if your kid is running around after playing Skyrim, saying, "Ha! I'm the Dragonborn, rah rah rah," playing like they do, consider that he's probably exactly where he's wanted to be, and he's taken the programming that's been given to him fully on board, to be making use of at a later date. Please subscribe for more of this kind of content in the future.